What is good, everyone? In this video, I'll be taking you through how I lost $250 in 10 minutes on the NASDAQ. So let's get into this quickly. Alright, so on the day, I was very bullish because we had, if we see here, we've gotten above the daily fair value gap here. All-time highs are just sitting here, while on ES, we had an SMT at the all-time highs, and we were sitting at pretty much exactly at all-time highs. All-time highs were just at this purple line, and we were just sitting there. So the draw was pretty clear to me. I'm pretty bullish. All-time highs is a clear draw. But what was holding back, well, what I was looking for price to show me, is if prices were to show me that we would inverse all the way through these gaps. So here we inverse, we push through all these. Right here, if we were to push through all these, we would have confirmed the move to be lower, to look for shorts for them. If that happened, that the shorts would have been valid to then maybe see some sort of continuation down to unfilled gaps and stuff like that, even equilibrium here. Yep, you get the point. So what ended up happening is we go down the lower time frame on market open. We come down, we sweep these lows. Now I was looking for a reaction off these lows getting swept and to see if we'll hold that fair value gap or not. So what do? Market open comes around. Right, I was looking on the 3 minute. That was the most valid to me at the time. So we're looking at 3 minute. I'm like, alright, if we can get above this CIC here. But where I went wrong is the exact same entry was on the 5 minute. What ended up happening is we got above sorry, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, we got above that 3 minute, and that's exactly where I entered. Right here, right, targeting all-time highs. Leave runners, break even at this high here. After that happened, where I went wrong is where I didn't look at the 5 minute, is where we didn't actually have that exact same entry. On the 5 minute was the CIST, and we ended up holding this 5 minute fair value gap. So I was like, alright, that's a fair enough stop out. Got stopped out at low risk. I was sort of expecting that because of FOMC as well, but my draw was still very clear. This trade to me was still very clear. So then what ended up happening is on the 1 minute, and I had that in mind that I entered wrongly, is that we ended up, look what we ended up doing. So we ended up taking that low. I think we ended up putting an SMT there as well. So low time SMT, sweep of liquidity, internal sweep. We ended up coming up. And as this closed above the CIC right here, the 5 minute closed above the 5 minute fair value gap. So this trade to me was very valid. I had my stop loss originally here, but I was like, you know what, FOMC price action could be choppy. What I was doing is I was moving my stop loss. I'll see what happens here. Sorry, I was moving my stop loss down here. I saw this and I'm like, you know what, probably better off putting stop loss to the bottom of this move. So I went to move it there. So I'm accidentally closed out on my position. So that was an accident of trade lock. I don't know what happened with them, but yeah, that's what happened. But what ended up happening this morning is ended up getting this really shit price action, and then ended up getting stopped out, which is unfortunate, but that's what you get for trading FOMC. I would have taken this trade 10 out of 10 times. It was a very valid setup to me, and yeah, like why it was valid is if you look at it, low time frame, right? I mean high time frame. We had a SMT. We swept lows. We're holding fair value gap. We had all-time highs resting above. We had all this stacked liquidity, low resistance liquidity right here. Price moves in 4 ways, right? Price hunts liquidity. Well, let's start from the start. Price hunts equilibrium, and price hunts inefficiencies. Price generates liquidity, and price hunts liquidity. So what are we doing here, right? We're generating liquidity. We hunted inefficiencies and equilibrium, which we did. and then I was expecting for us to hunt liquidity. I would have taken this trade 10 out of 10 times, but unfortunately this is not a valid, but unfortunately, trading before FOMC, it was a shit price action, ended up getting stopped out, but I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not mad about this loss. It's just the lesson was learned is not to trade before FOMC. So thank you again and have a good one.